at their 35-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Braxton Berrios, 65 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Play action. Here's Hurts. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. 7-7, our score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run wide side here with Barkley. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Calais Campbell on the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 9.
It's Barkley on the counter. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Quick slant here to Smith.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts.
And the Eagles have taken the lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Looking to pass. Tua.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
44, ready. Out.
They'll run for it with Achane.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Tua going to throw. And he's got it. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now they send the tight end in motion left. Here's Tua. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jonnu Smith, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Come on, defense. Let's get a stop.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
This is Smith with a grab. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I'm playing in the middle. I'm in
He's turning
linebacker.
in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
They'll look to throw again.
And connecting quickly with Goddard.
And taking it to the 15-yard
That was
line
a
before
terrible
he's brought
drive
down.
by the defense.
4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission.
Not bad.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Elliott is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well,
Yeah.
right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms, here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Tua sets up to pass it. And going deep for Hill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 34 yards. And the
What was that, 2
Dolphins
plays and a
come right
touchdown?
out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down and a yard.
They'll look to throw here. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. Here's a give to Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick, but instead it's third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll set up a throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to
hurt him
and call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, stop, man.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Watch the running back.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a first down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case,
and they just played in the clock. God damn.
Because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Hand off to Barkley. A beautiful fake. And a really good show of force there as he gets through.
So we score when it's 3 minutes left in the fucking quarter.
Second and 6 from the 10.
4th quarter, man.
Hurts. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
Now Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Milton Williams in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. Under pressure, they got him again.
Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You
Yo, run these routes this play.
He keeps making plays.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. short throw to Smith. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
What we need to do is play some defense.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will make this a 4-point game.
That's what we need to do.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
I got 4 touchdowns to like 300 yards. And we only up by 4? That's crazy.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
One good thing about it, they need a touchdown.
Here's Hurts to throw.
God damn.
Pass complete. Goddard.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Oh, and this is a touchdown or bust drive, and that will definitely help their cause. What a time to come up with a play like that. And now, plenty of time to try and finish this drive in the end zone and take the lead.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
Back to throw.
He's got Smith here. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Here's 1st down.
Somebody.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides
is when
each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And a little bit of space there takes it.
Yeah, I know that they're about to bleed the clock.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll go to Barkley
Time
again.
out.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the lines. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Breathe, man.
The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a
Don't
throw
call
off. He's
timeout.
taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Watch the flats. I mean, not flats, the low curl routes.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
Let's go.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Oh,
They
man.
had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it's looking like the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
Oh. They
The
quit.
Dolphins at the line ready
What?
for their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here.
Oh, I wanted to see my stats. That is so crazy. I wanted to see my stats. I wanted to see my stats. That's crazy. All right, GG, John.